fifth and final episode of That's Questionable with Dylan and Ryan. I'm Ryan.
I'm Dylan.
This is our last episode of our 5-episode series of this podcast, where, of course, you guys ask Dylan and I questions, and we answer them. Today we have 4 questions to finish off this podcast. They're interesting ones. I really like them, Dylan.
Yeah, I like them as well. They're pretty great.
Let's kick it off. What's our first question?
Our first question today is going to be, if you could take one artifact to the past, what and where would you take it?
See, this is an interesting one, because I definitely would not bring anything, like, that important to the past. I'd bring, like, imagine bringing, like, a 6ix9ine song to, like, the Puritans or something.
That would actually be hilarious. If I had to pick something, I think it would be, like, one of those, like, barrels of the toxic waste candy, feed it to, like, a little pilgrim boy, and just see what happens, because their, like, taste buds have never experienced something that intense. I feel like he would probably just fall over and die immediately, but...
With 6ix9ine and toxic waste, I bet the Pilgrims would have survived the winter a bit better.
Oh yeah, definitely. They would have had so many more skills.
They would not have needed the Native Americans.
Yeah, we could have a completely different America if it was for toxic waste.
Yeah, Thanksgiving wouldn't be like turkey and corn and stuff. It would just be like toxic waste, and you're just jamming to 6ix9ine.
Yeah, that and like Mountain Dew Code Red.
A time-honored tradition.
Yeah. Okay, for our second question, we got, what are your favorite conspiracy theories? Ryan, kick it off.
Now, this is an interesting one, and I'm not, like, one that really, truly believes in conspiracy theories, but I definitely think they're interesting. But there's just a whole slew, and I don't know why, there's a whole slew of conspiracies surrounding, like, the Denver airport, and, like,
oh yeah,
how people built it, and there's a bunch of, like, secret tunnels under it. And it's just like a whole like doomsday apocalypse center, which is really weird. And I find it even funnier that like management at the airport, they kind of encourage it. They're like, we can neither confirm nor deny these suspicions. So there's a bunch of crazy people out there with wacky suspicions all about the Denver airport. But it's certainly, there's some weird artwork, and there's some kind of interesting sculptures that make you think of, you know, apocalyptic scenes, but I don't know.
Yeah, personally, some of my favorite, most of which I cannot talk about here, but just for the sake of, you know, your own sanity. But the main ones that I like are the JFK assassination ones. I feel like that was planned by the U.S. government. Same with I probably can't talk about that here.
That is a wild accusation that the JFK assassination was planned. For why? Why was it planned?
Because JFK was a problem. He had people thinking differently.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess he motivated us to get to the moon, though.
Yeah.
Even that in itself is like, it's not a conspiracy. Well, I guess if you really want to be crazy and say the moon landing is fake, go for it. But like the moon landing was so controversial. So many people died. And it was I'm not going to call it a waste of money, but I don't know. I feel like there definitely was better ways that we could have been spending our time in the 60s than, like, competing with Russians trying to get to space.
Yeah, honestly, like, they could have just waited a little while and gotten some, like, better technology in the meantime, but they were just like, screw it, we'll have to go as the Beatles are still releasing music.
Yeah. So, conflicting thoughts
Very much so.
on the moon landings here. I don't even know if this is a conspiracy or not, but, you know, there's, like, another secret bunker for like presidents and stuff in York.
In York?
Yeah,
York,
it's
PA?
called you can look it up. It's called like Eagle Rock or something like that.
Oh, I think I have heard
and
that.
Yeah, it's like it's across the river, and it's by this one county park that I've been to, which is kind of cool. And I honestly, I don't know if it's a conspiracy or not, if it's been confirmed, but yeah, I think I'm going to say like World War II or sometime, they built this bunker for like presidential staff to go to in the case of like a nuclear fallout, which is interesting because I guess, you know, like Lancaster, York areas, like it's not super close. Like it's out of Dodge from DC and New York, and I guess Philly as well.
Yeah.
So, but it's also like it's not a super far drive. So it kind of could be a good place, I guess.
Yeah, that's kind of convenient, I would say, but Yeah, I don't really know. I definitely heard about Eagle Rock, but I don't think I've ever like actually like read up about it. But that's very interesting.
Some interesting conspiracies going around. People are always gonna find a story about something, though.
Oh yeah, always.
So our next question is, what's the most embarrassing thing you've ever worn to school?
I'll kick this one off. If you guys remember Adam Sandler Day, which was right before the Christmas break, I went all out. I got triple XL shorts. I got a double XL Avengers T-shirt. So I had like a full blue outfit. I had really chunky shoes on, and I dressed up as Adam Sandler, and it was quite honestly amazing.
The sunglasses too just capped it off.
Exactly.
That fashion icon right there, honestly.
I would like to say that I am a trendsetter for our
trendsetter.
area.
Well, Adam Sandler set the trend, but
Yeah, but he doesn't live in Landisville.
summer 22.
That's
Just
gonna be the
yeah, that's gonna be the the fashion of choice for everyone going around this summer.
Honestly think it should be. Ryan, what about you? What's the most embarrassing thing you've wore other than the sweater you're wearing right now?
The sweater I'm wearing right now, for anyone, obviously this is a podcast, not a video.
Yeah.
But I'm wearing a very dapper sweater today, I have to say, and it's really cozy. It's like
It's cozy?
it's like less than 20 degrees out right now. I was cozy walking in.
It was cold.
But man, that's tough. I used to always, in elementary school, I was like kind of crazy. So like for random occasions, I would just like dye my hair pink with like the spray on dye that you
Wait,
spray
you
on
mean
like
to tell me
spray
that
paint.
you did this? You
Yeah,
used to
like
dye your hair pink?
willingly,
Oh
willingly.
my.
I and why my parents let me, I don't know, but yeah, like last day of school, I would go in with just straight up pink hair, and I had a buzz cut too.
Oh god.
So that's almost even worse.
I remember when I was a kid, I had a mohawk. I had my dad shave it into my head one time just because like it was summer and I wanted to do what I wanted to do.
I did that too. Yeah, I had it was one of those like buzz cut mohawks where
Oh,
you
yeah.
kind of let like the strip grow a little bit longer down the middle, and then you like shave around it.
Yeah.
I kept it for a while. I thought it was cool, but
Yeah, I thought I was awesome.
every picture I see of myself and that thing is just so embarrassing.
Those are definitely going to be needed to be leaked to the public.
I don't think so. I don't even know where I could find those.
Just
Like
search.
I'll just on just a random occasion I'll find it. Other than that though, like I definitely did some like kind of weird things.
Yeah.
With fashion, but it's moved on. It's okay.
Ryan is a fashion icon as well, ladies and gentlemen. You're hearing this first.
I don't know if I would consider that. But for our next question, Dylan, if you were a mad scientist, what scientific experiment would you run if money, if ethics weren't an issue, you could do anything and you wouldn't be judged? What would you do?
All right, so I have a lot to talk about here. But the main thing that I was thinking about is, that like age-old question, like how many 5-year-olds could you beat up before they would overtake you?
Probably a lot.
Probably a lot, right? But I want to figure out what that a lot number is. So since ethics aren't exactly an issue, I guess I'll just round up like a couple thousand 5-year-olds and then send them through like a system one at a time coming at me and, see what happens. They can throw their best punch. I'm sure I'll be able to punt them to another dimension just because, they're 5-year-olds. I don't know if I would feel... I would probably feel bad about, beating up a bunch of 5-year-olds. But I feel like it's just a really important thing for the progress of humanity to figure out the actual answer to this question.
Thousands of 5-year-olds, you think?
Yeah, I think I could take at least like 1,000.
But you're going, I guess if you're going one by one, you're not sending them in waves.
We could send them in waves. There's that possibility.
I guess you could, you send 1, send 2, 4, 8, 16. Man, even like 16, that would be a lot.
Yeah, all at once, 16 would be a lot.
But I guess, yeah, individually. Do you get any, like, sort of, is it just like hand-to-hand combat?
Yeah, I don't think it's a good idea to use weapons because, like, you obviously want to be able to recover the 5-year-old after, give them back to their family. So it's probably not the best idea to, have to use weapons because, like, I don't want to, like, I don't know. Their brains aren't fully developed. Like, you hit them the wrong way once and they're done.
So you're just kind of like you're knocking them out. You're like giving them a good punch till they like stutter back, maybe start crying, and then you move on to the next
It's
one.
not really for them to start crying as much as it is just to put them out of commission so that way they can't continue to fight back. But it's also going to be an issue trying to get aggressive 5-year-olds that are actively going to want to fight someone like triple their size.
That's true. There's some really big 5-year-olds, and then there's like some small 5-year-olds. But like, yeah, there's some units of 5-year-olds out there.
I don't know. Yeah, there's some scary 5-year-olds out there. Some of them are scary.
Yeah, I guess that's like kindergarten age kids.
Mm-hmm. So Ryan, what do you think you would run if money and ethics were not a problem?
So I'm a big like runner into track and field and whatnot, and they always a big problem is, performance enhancing drugs to use, obviously to get faster, get stronger, which is certainly a big problem. But what if we lived in a world where that was encouraged? Like, how fast could we really run?
Yeah, I was curious about that as well. Like, think about like Usain Bolt, right? Like, he's already the fastest person on the planet. So like, why don't we just pump that man full of like enhancing drugs and see how fast he can actually run? Like, could he outrun a car?
I don't know. Man, is he breaking 9 seconds in the 100-meter dash? Like, he has the world record. It's like 9.6 seconds or something. Could he? I don't know.
I think that it's definitely a possibility.
But I guess that's kind of like professional like road cycling back in the 90s. Mm-hmm. Everyone just did so much drugs. Like, a lot of people are saying today, like, no road cycling record is going to be broken ever again just because of how many drugs they were on. Like, a human can't get to that.
Yeah, that's
that level.
Ridiculous, to be honest with you.
Which is crazy, and it's honestly risky. So, but I guess, you throw out money, you throw out ethics. It's like, how good are we really?
Yeah, really. Like, we could have top-of-the-line stuff if money wasn't a problem.
What if you just created, like, an Avenger by accident? Like, you just pumped him full of drugs, and you just came
You accidentally
Steve
make the
Rogers.
Hulk.
Yeah, or you just make the Hulk.
Like a real person. Oh, my God. Could you imagine him in, like, bench competitions and, like, deadlift?
I know. You could... Man. Like, it's definitely an unfair advantage, but you can make a lot of money.
Yeah.
So, you have to hide it, though. Like, you couldn't be in Hulk mode.
True. You can be in Hulk mode because everyone would notice that you're green now.
I guess you could... I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
In the sense that we're speaking, you would be like, permanently in Hulk mode, and you would still be...
I guess, yeah.
Man, bodybuilders already kind of look like the Hulk, though. There's some crazy bodybuilders out there.
Like, the people in, like, the Arnold Schwarzenegger contests, like, they are giant.
Yeah, that's wild.
Or, like, Eddie Hall.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh, yeah.
Yeah,
all the strong men and bodybuilders, they're crazy.
Absolutely ridiculous.
With that being said, that's our 4 questions of the podcast today. We certainly gave some interesting takes, hopefully, on these. Dylan, you want to close it out?
Yeah, hopefully this gave you a taste of what this podcast was, truly about. We really enjoyed making it for you guys, and hopefully you guys will keep an eye out for the stuff that Ryan and I work on in the future.
Certainly. Thanks for listening, everybody. Peace.
Peace.